Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today we're going to be running a little experiment, a sort of test. And I've got two dupe palettes here. I do not have the original palette. It's a little expensive, but I bought one palette that I thought was a dupe, and then I got another dupe palette in one of my subscription boxes. And they are these two palettes here. They are both dupes for the Huda Beauty, what is it, Rose Quartz palette. This is from Alter Ego. It is the Coastal palette. And this is from Oakalan. Yeah, that's right, Oakalan. It is called the Pink Rose palette. Let me open them up for you right here and show you what they look like. And these are, let's see if I can hold them up a little better. Okay, let's see here. Okay, these are the two palettes that we are talking about right here. And they are both 18 pan palettes. I had to count there for a second there. And I was curious, so I wanted to know if both had the same shades. I don't know if they have the same shades as the Rose Quartz palette, but I wanted to know if they had the same shades as each other. So they both have this little jelly shade in it right here. In this one it is called Coral, and in this one it is called Love Stone. This one right here, and this one right here. And okay, first I'm gonna throw up a little video I took of swatches that I did, and it's not the greatest lighting, I will admit, but I tried to swatch color for color or shade for shade on my arm, and I noticed that this palette, I could not come up with all the shades that this palette had in it. Like, this palette has this color right here. It is sort of a little, what do you call it? What do we call those shadows? Where there's two colors, kind of marble shadow. And it's called Shore. I could not find that in this palette, or anything that was close to it. And I also couldn't find a shade close to this color Pearl that we have right here. I found something close to it, and it was this shade right here, which is called Blissful. But I also saw in this palette these two shades here, which are very much alike. It is called Joy and Self-Love. And then also, I couldn't find in the Pink Rose palette this shade here, which is a very, very, very beautiful shade called Starkle? No, it's called Sparkle. And that is a shame, because that is just a very beautiful, beautiful shade in Coastal, and it's probably a beautiful shade in the Huda Beauty palette as well. But I was kind of disappointed that this one had basically two shades that were the same. So these are at the same price point. I know the Oakalan they said it was $20. And I will put up here saying what the Coastal one, what the Alter Ego price one was priced at, because I cannot remember off the top of my head how much I paid for it. So what we are going to do is I picked out some colors, and from the Coastal palette, I'm going to be using the shade Jellyfish in the shade Shell right here, and then the shade here Cocoa. Now what I did notice is I was able to find all the mattes in both shades to match up to one another, and they looked pretty much identical as a swatch. And then I am going to take the color, what was it? Was it the color sand right here? Yeah, the color sand. And this color was a little bit different in both of them. And this, it's another marbled shade. And in this one, it's called Ripple. And then in this palette, I'm going to take this light pink here called Cherished, and then this color here called Happiness, and then what was the chocolate shade? I think it's up here. It's called Aura, and then their color Blissful, I think. No, that's not the one. This one is it. It is Energized right here was the one, and then this was the dupe. This one is called Cosmic Love. Okay, that is the look we are going to do today. If you are interested in seeing me try out these ones, see which one is the best dupe, I would say, then let me get my stuff together here, and then we are getting right into it. Okay, sorry for such a long introduction about that. Let's go ahead and get into the look. On this side of my face, or this eye, I'll be doing the Coastal, and on this side I'll be doing the Oakalan. So I'm going to start with my left eye for once and do the Coastal palette. And on this I'm doing the Jellyfish shade, a very light pink color. And I'm not using different brushes. I'm just going to be cleaning off my brushes in between shades. I mean, if I was a professional, if I was getting paid to do this, I would definitely use different brushes. So that's a nice pink. Let me just clean up my brush, and then I'm going over here into Cherished. Also a nice pink. Definitely nothing wrong with that. So far, the colors look pretty much the same. Like I said, the mattes were pretty much dead on. Okay, now I'm going into that deeper pink, which is called Shell, in the Coastal palette, and putting it in my crease. These are both beautiful palettes. I love the color stories on them. Right now, the only complaint I have is that the Pink Rose palette from Oakalan has those two similar shades, and there's no matching shades of that in the Coastal palette. And Alter Ego does a pretty good job matching shade for shade. Okay, now I'm going into Happiness over here. How many of y'all got the Oakalan palette in Ice Cream Beauty, I believe? The Ice Cream Beauty bag. Okay, we've got a nice soft pink look going. Let me go into Cocoa, which is from the Coastal palette. Cocoa Coastal. And we're going to go on the outer part of the eye here. And here it is called Aura. And let's check. So far the blending has gone well. Okay. And then let's blend out this side. Okay, that blended out within a matter of seconds. Alter Ego has a beautiful formula. Okay, let's try this side. Okay, it wasn't bad, but it took me about a minute more, and I had to add more pigment to it. But it's not bad I'll give the blending, in the blending department, I would definitely give it to Alter Ego. And the shade is a little more pigmented on this side than this side, from where I'm looking at least. Okay, let's head into some shimmers. Okay, let's try the brush method first. And because I really like using a brush better than my finger, because it gives me more control. Okay, let's go into sand, into the coastal palette. That is what it looks like right there. And let's give it a little spritz. And I'm going to put it in the outer corner. Okay, that's giving me absolutely nothing. Okay, we're going to have to go in with the finger. All right, looking good now. Okay, let's try Energize with the brush. Okay, exact same thing. Nothing is working with the brush, and I'm gonna assume the same with the next shade too. Okay, I think they both laid down nicely. Both look pretty much the same, but I'm very interested in these next two colors. I'm going in with Ripple from the Coastal palette. Okay, I've got Ripple on this eye. It probably needed a base on it, but we're going to keep charging ahead, and I'm going into Cosmic Love on this eye. Okay, I definitely think that the Coastal Love one has more sparkles in it, and this one is just a shimmer. But this one, if you want more sparkles in it, definitely go with the Coastal one. And yeah, what I'm gonna do now is just clean up the look. I am going to put on some eyeliner and mascara and do the rest of my face. We'll come back and finish up the eye look. I will be right back. Okay, now I got the rest of my makeup on. Let's work underneath the eyes. Okay, what am I going to take? I am going to take, let's try a different color. I'm going to take this Breeze color. And here, it's a mauve color, I'd say. And put it under my eye here. And the lower lash line, that is. We will just do that as such. Both of these palettes are working out really well. I would say if you did get the pink rose in the subscription box in the ice cream beauty bag, I would say you got a pretty good deal. Okay, and in this corner we've got Serenity, which looks a little pinker actually. I think I got the right shade. Okay, then let's go under the eyes. We're going to pick an even different color. I am going to pick Urchin from this palette and outline my lower lash line all the way to my inner corner. And in this corner we have got Precious. Yeah. do I want to put in something in my waterline? Yeah, let me go do that and put some mascara on my bottom lash line. Okay, the next decision is kind of complicated because I have this sparkle here in the Coastal palette, which is an absolutely perfect shade to put in my inner corner and highlight. But I guess I'm just going to use something different. So I'm going to use Sparkle here from the Coastal palette here as my inner corner and highlight, brow bone highlight. See how beautiful that is? It's a nice iridescent shade. That is just absolutely beautiful. I don't know why this Pink Rose palette doesn't have it. And in this corner, I'm going to go into Moon Magic, which is probably the closest thing there is. It's just not as special of a shade. Okay, here is the final look for the two palettes. Let me know if you think there is a distinct difference between the two. The only thing I can really think of is the inner corner highlight and the sparkle on the little blue shade on the Coastal side, which makes me think those two things alone would probably make me pick the Coastal palette, because in those, I know it's just from one look, but I love that sparkle shade so much. That's the shade right here. And I love me a poppin' inner corner highlight and brow bone highlight. So this is a nice one, but I mean, that sparkle shade, I mean, look at it shift. Look at it. That's this one I have my finger on. From pink to purple. Yes, thank you. Okay, and this was the color I used on this eye over here on my right. So, yeah. And this was the color that was a little bit more sparkly on this eye. So, yeah. Let me know what you think. What palette would you pick? I think the mattes are definitely the same on both of these palettes, and just the regular shimmers are the same. I just think the special shades, I'd give it to the Coastal palette. And I don't know how easy, does Oakalan have a website where you can just buy their stuff? I'm not sure. It is very easy to get this Coastal palette. I only see Oakalan in subscription boxes. So anyway, that is my conclusion to this experiment. Again, let me know what you think down below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share it with your friends. Anything you can do to engage with this video would really help me out. But hey, no pressure. Just you watching to this point in the video really helps me out. Whether you are a subscriber, whether you are a casual viewer, whether this is your very first time here, thank you so much for watching. And if you are new here, hello or welcome. Thank you for joining us. If you like what you see here, I would really love it if you would hit subscribe, tap that notification bell, set it to all so that you're notified every time that I upload a new video. So I hope y'all are all having a wonderful, fantastic, amazing day out there today. If you're having an especially hard time, know that I am thinking about you. I am sending you out those good vibes. Just remember to stay strong, stay healthy, and stay safe out there. And I will see you in another video soon. Just stay well until then, okay? Goodbye.